So lockdown is easing in most parts of the world, and I can imagine that it's time to go out and meet with friends and throw away your oversized clothes without looking like someone who has a tire on their tummy. Well, you have come to the right place because I'm going to show you 7 proven tips to help you get rid of belly fat fast. And I'm going to show you how to do it without starving yourself, without spending long hours doing boring cardio, especially if you are on a Nigerian diet. And most people think that getting a flat tummy is, about vanity. They want to slim down, get a flat tummy so they can look more attractive, so they can flaunt their body, for their spouse on social media. And even though that is not a bad goal, getting a flatter tummy is a much more serious issue than that. It can literally be a matter of life and death. So let me quickly show you the 2 types of body fat that gets stored in your system. And the first one is subcutaneous fat. And this fat is actually the one that you can see with your eyes because it gets stored under your skin and it pops up in annoying areas of your body like your stomach, your thighs, your arms, your back, your cheeks. These ones you can see with your eyes. Well, these ones are a lot less dangerous than visceral fat. Visceral fat is really risky, and it's risky because it gives you a false sense of being healthy because you cannot see it with your visible eye. It gets stored in around your vital organs like your intestine, your liver, your heart, and your kidney. And this leads to diseases like high blood pressure, heart disease, and even cancer. So how do you know the warning signs? Warning signs for women: check your waist circumference. If it's 35 inches or more, that's already a cause for alarm. While for men, if you have a waist circumference of 40 inches, that's a cause for alarm. So let's go quickly into belly fat burning tip number 1, which is avoid simple carbs and eat less complex carbs and eat more fibrous carbs. So what are these carbs? So I'll start with simple carbs. These are your carbs like your sugar, table sugar, like sweets, like soft drinks, sweetened yogurt, ice cream, chocolates. They are very sweet and they easily get converted into fat. They're very high in calories. They digest quickly, which explains why when you eat a chocolate bar, it's very high in calories, but you end up getting hungry very quick, and then you find yourself consuming more calories than you can burn in a day, which leads to fat. So you need to avoid simple carbs if you want to burn belly fat fast. So next is complex carbs, or also known as starchy carbs. You know, this includes your gari, your white rice, bread, pastries, pasta. This is like the jet fuel for the body. They are really good at providing instant energy, but they also get stored very quickly as fat, especially if you're not a gymnast, you're not an athlete. So this should typically comprise about 20 to 30% of the meal if you want to burn belly fat fast. But lastly and most importantly is fibrous carbs. These are the most important carbs for you. They are often referred to as being very thermogenic, meaning that they support weight loss. And most vegetables and legumes fall into this category. You also have fruits like coconut, garden egg, and carrots fall into this category. They're good because they're high in fiber and they keep you feeling fuller throughout the day. They're also very low in calories, very high in nutrients, and typically these should comprise about 40% of your meals. And that brings us into belly fat burning tip number 2, which is eat more protein. And why should you eat more protein? Well, protein is very good for building lean muscle, and building lean muscle is very good for burning fat. But more important than that, protein takes a longer time to digest. So that gives you a more filling experience throughout the day. And if you put 30 to 40% of your diet as protein, that'll be really excellent because you're going to be helping your body build lean muscle, and at the same time, you are going to be feeling fuller throughout the day. And that brings us to belly fat burning tip number 3, which is eat more healthy fats and avoid saturated ones. And this is very critical because due to outdated research, misinformation out there telling you that fat is not good. Well, healthy fats are good. Fats like walnuts, cashew nuts, um, salmon, olive oil, avocado, these are very good for helping you to burn unhealthy fats. So actually, fat helps you burn unhealthy fats. But having said that, you have to know that fats also have very high calorie density. So you have to eat it sparingly. Don't say, okay, because Coach Great, said fat is good for burning fat. Let me just eat fat and eat fat. No, just make it between 5 to 10%. That will be a very good spot for you to start. And you should avoid all forms of saturated fat. So saturated fat is just simply processed fat. These ones are a no. These are very bad for you and will do more harm than good. So let's stick to healthy fats. So quickly, belly fat burning tip number 4. Avoid doing long boring cardio. Instead of doing long boring cardio, I recommend that you do HIIT, which is the short form for high intensity interval training. This is the kind of training that is most effective for burning fat, and it is most sustainable because why? It only takes about 10 to 20 minutes, and you don't need to do this more than 3 to 4 days in a week. And what HIIT does is that it activates your super fat burning mode. Just imagine running up and down the staircase in your house 10 times. That is a form of HIIT. So it actually is really effective. It's very short, and it's going to help your body to burn fat up to 48 hours later. And all of this is research based, it's proven by science, and it actually works. But not all HIIT is the same. So I put some links in the description of this video that you can check out. You can register for free training, and you can get these free links to really understand better what I'm saying here. So quickly, long boring cardio is actually not very good for your bones. They're not good for your joints. And actually, there's a study that I was reading from Manchester, United Kingdom, about how they tracked 100 people who did intensive long cardio when they were younger, and they found a high rate of heart disease in their older age. So long boring cardio is not effective. Anything 45 minutes to 1 hour is tiring and exhaustive, and it is not sustainable long term. You only need about 10 to 20 minutes a day to really get your body into fat burning mode. So quickly, that takes us into belly fat burning tip number 5, which is sleep more. Research has actually reported that women who sleep 5 hours or less per night generally weigh more. Isn't that not interesting? Than women who sleep 7 hours per night. And a big reason why is because of hormones. So when you don't sleep well, it leads to hormonal imbalance, and gaining weight or losing weight is largely dependent on your hormones being balanced. So this is very critical. If you're someone who's always busy, who works a lot, and you're trying to lose belly fat, you're going to have to sleep more. So that takes us quickly into belly fat burning tip number 6, which is drink more water. Water is very good. I know you'll be hearing this everywhere. Your body is literally 70% water. So your body needs water to transport nutrients, to regulate your temperature, and to help you digest food better. So water is really good for burning fat. And part of the reason is because it also helps you to feel full. and then you can eat less food. Lastly, but not the least, belly fat burning tip number 7 is get some support. I know most people are usually shy to ask for help, but in today's age of the internet, you can literally join people who are like you on the internet. And like I said, if you check the link in the description, you'll find links to resources that are going to be useful for you. So number one is get a meal plan that actually works. Um, I have an affinity for not recommending extreme diets. I don't like extreme diets because they are usually not sustainable long term. You don't enjoy the process, so you're not consistent with it. But I rather recommend something that is more sustainable, that has foods that you're already used to. So if that will interest you, again, check the link in the description and you will get access to some free resources. Number two thing to do is to join a community of people on the same journey as you, and then find a coach who supports you. I will be happy to support you on your journey, and I really want to see the best from you. I want to hear from you. So feel free to reach out to me on email or to send me a message on WhatsApp. All of this information is present on the description of this video. And if you found this video valuable, do put a like on this video and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so that you will know when I release more videos like this. That being said, have a lovely day. Thank you.